So we have 1 more minute left, and okay, it's 8:30 now. So welcome all to another episode of Jom Zero Waste Community Livestream. So I'm very, very honored and very, very grateful to be your host once again. And then also today, we are very, very grateful to have two speakers to these sessions. So it might be very, very weird at the beginning because we will be switching our guests on Instagram, and also we will be doing this on Facebook. So bear with us if, let's say, there's any technical issues later. All right, without further ado, I would also like to introduce our guest speaker. So the first one is Grace. So she's the founder of Seedy Zero Waste Store. And then she founded this Seedy Zero Waste Store, I think 10 months old already now. And she is also a zero waste advocate 2 years ago. And then, yeah. So, Grace, would you like to say hi on?
Hi,
Facebook?
everyone. This is my first time. That's why I'm very nervous.
Yeah, so it's okay because we are all learning with each other. So right now, I would like to also introduce Casey, who is the founder of Minus Zero Waste. And then this Minus Zero Waste, why I cannot see Casey on the Facebook? Yeah, so we have Casey.
Hi.
So Casey started Minus in September 2019. And it's actually a zero waste online store that's based in Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru, but she also has like different stores that you can actually arrange to pick up your items from her. And also back to Seedy Zero Waste Store, it's actually also a package-free store that located in Kota Kemuning. So we are actually talking about two different stores that located in two totally different areas. Yeah, so Casey, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah,
Casey.
okay. Yeah, so all the Instagram people, so sorry that I couldn't show the face of Grace and Casey, but I will definitely invite them very, very soon. Okay, yeah, just bear with us. Yeah, so very, very happy to have Grace and also Casey to join us on today's live stream to discuss about how package-free store practicing low waste during pandemic. Yeah, and also some of the misconceptions and also the education parts with the customer especially. Yeah. So back to today's topic. Today's topic is about, like what I mentioned just now, how package-free store practicing low waste during pandemic, and also why we are actually inviting these two special guests today. So in fact, Seedy Zero Waste Store and also Minus Zero Waste Store, they have been pledging with Zero Waste Malaysia under this Zero Waste Pledge certifications. And then I think since last year, right?
Yeah,
Last year.
end of the year.
Yeah, last year. So we are very, very grateful to have like them, like businesses like Seedy and also Minus to actually support this the project initiative that implemented by Zero Waste Malaysia. So basically, Zero Waste Pledge certification is about a pledge certification that businesses could also implement, could also apply for Zero Waste Malaysia to evaluate your sustainable initiatives. So for more information about Zero Waste Pledge certifications, do check out our website, www.zerowastemalaysia.org, to check more about how you can actually pledge. And every pledge or every applications from you guys is also able to not motivate us, but actually support the organization itself. Yeah. So without further ado, maybe we would like to invite Grace from Seedy Zero Waste Store.
Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
So so Grace, maybe I would like to do a favor, which is invite you on Instagram. Yeah.
Sure.
Let me see Seedy. All right. Okay, I'm sending you a request, and I'm waiting you to
Connecting.
Yay! Okay, so finally, all the people can see Grace on Instagram. Yeah, so we are doing this on Facebook and Instagram, so bear with us, and then we hope everything will be going smooth lah, because on our both platforms we do have different audience. Yeah, so I think Grace might need to mute your phone. Have you muted your phone?
Already.
Okay, yeah. So I guess there is no air call. If let's say there's any air call, just let us know on comment below, and then our back end volunteers will help us to remind us to adjust something. All right. Without further ado, back to the topic. So thank you, Grace from Seedy, to join us today with this community live stream. So I would like to really chat with you and maybe also to cover with some of the questions from my homework. In general, like how does the whole pandemic situation affect your store, as because a lot of zero waste store decided to close, and then like CD Zero Waste Store is one of them that remaining open during the pandemic. Yeah, so maybe you could share some insights from there. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, we want to thank Zero Waste Malaysia for the invitation about this live chat, and this is my first time. So I hope I can bring some information to every one of you. Okay. We remain open, but at the beginning, yes, we decided to open because we are under the Kedai Runcit category, so it is essential category. Yeah, so we decided to open, and we are not sure yet how it will goes and how serious it will be. But after a few days, and we've been monitoring the number of the confirmed case of coronavirus, and then we decided to close. We actually closed for 10 days until 1st of March. Then once the PM Prime Minister announced the MCO will be extended, and some of our customer started to PM us, say that are you guys open? I need to replenish my stock, this and that. I'm running out of rice, beans, red beans, so and so. So then we decided to open, but alternate day, only 4 days in a week, and shorten hours, only 10 to 3 p.m. So we try to gather the confirmed customer, like sort of by appointment, but we also do accept walk-in. But we also tell our customer that if you see there is more than 3 customer in the shop, then you wait outside. Then we also
so you have a
provide
limitation of 3 person at once. Okay.
Yes. Then we also provide hand sanitizer at the entrance, so customer can sanitize their hand first before they come in. Then because mine is a very tiny shop, a very tiny kedai runcit, so me and my team, that means I'm alone. I don't have other team member to help me, but still manageable because I'm very thankful that I have a bunch of customer who really understand the situation and also protect me at the same time, and also themselves. So they're very, very cooperative. So they sanitize their hand. They even text me in advance to check whether the stock is available, and a list of things that they want to buy. Then they label their containers. So they label their containers. Then there is once our government said that only ketua rumah can come out, right, to buy grocery. So some of our customer, they removed their husband, but this is stress free. I get feedback from them. They say this is the stress free for my ketua rumah. Why? Because they already label all the container, and then their ketua rumah just drop the container in my store, and then I pack everything and send it to their car. So they just pay with e-wallet. We recommend we encourage e-wallet. Then if not, we do accept cash too. Yeah. So that's why they can bring the items home very happily. Then yeah, so this is a stress-free a grocery shopping for the ketua rumah.
I see, I see. Yeah, so I think it's a very good point that you're saying that you are still remaining open, because it's also quite important to also continue serving to the customers that need food. And then besides, like, you also take some precautions. For example, open your store on the alternate days, and then limit the customer like 3 people at the same time. And also you also sanitize your store, like, after
Yes.
one day.
Yes.
Okay.
Before I open, I will sanitize one time, and then when there is less crowd and or no customer, then I will sanitize one more time. And before we close the shop, then we also sanitize one more time. And also, one thing I want to mention is, what already?
No worries. What already?
Here come, and then here go out already. Okay. You continue to ask. If I remember, then later I will jump in.
Okay. So I have pinned the comments on our Instagram. Okay. Yeah. So thanks for your sharing with me, because I think it's very, very important sharing to, especially all of the stores that maybe still struggling with what kind of precaution that I can do, and also
I remember already what I want to share.
Yeah.
Because as you all know, usually zero waste store, we allow some of the customer, they do self service, because they already know our flow, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
during this period, we are not allowed self service.
So you are actually limiting. I mean, you let them to sit outside, and then you help them to refill.
They can come in, but only limit to 3 customer at a time. Then they will send us their container. We allow them to use their own container, but only we can refill for them. We can fill in for them. Yeah, because I don't want everyone touch here, touch there, and all the jar. Then I very, very kasihan me to sanitize everything. Yeah, so
It's best to also avoid, but also
yes.
at the same time to try our best to really allow them to be able to use their own containers. But also, I would like to also ask, like, is there any concern with like, why actually you are allowing people to bring their own containers, while I find that I read a lot of news saying that a lot of this kind of bulk shops, they just do not allow anymore. So maybe you have something to share with this, like why Seedy still allowing?
Okay, my question is, why not? Because we are not using a public container, and customer bring their own container, then they bring home and they consume by themselves. So why not? Yeah, we just want to take very high alert. Is we do wash our hand very frequently. Yeah, before every time before I serve my customer, I will wash my hand first. Then I will tell my customer, okay, you wait, I wash my hand. Then only I help you to fill in. Yeah, whatever you want. So because we are not operating a cafe. If let's say we are operating a cafe, then probably yes, then maybe we also will be worried that we serving a mug or a cup that after this customer, then the next customer will use the same cup, then is there any risk or not? But in zero waste store, customer bring their own container and then they will bring it home. So I don't see any issue there. So as long as we remain the hygienic, we wash our hands frequently, then yeah, let's just continue to do it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might be very, very scared during this period of time. But I think everyone has different situation, and also different different priorities. But I also have the same, like, I also feel the same way that if let's say me as a conscious consumer, if let's say I'm actually using my clean container that's I really clean, and then I would say I feel safer if I use my own container to buy something, rather than a package produce that I can find on supermarket, which I do not know who are the who
touched it
are the
before.
one who touched it. Yeah. So it doesn't really guarantee me that buying a package thing will definitely be safer than me bringing my own container to tap out something. Yeah. So I guess it's a bit of like I don't know. It's maybe there are a lot of misconceptions, or maybe a lot of perspective. But I totally feel you to allowing people to bring their own container, which is very, very awesome, and I feel so grateful. Yeah.
Yes. We just be more careful. We will not touch the container inner part. We just pour it, fill in, and then we close it tight immediately. So I don't see any challenges that can stop us for doing continue to do zero waste in this way.
Yeah. All right. So before I move to last question, I would like to move to last questions before I invite Casey on Instagram, because Casey might be waiting for too long already.
Okay.
I set 10 minutes so that we can keep the time on. Yeah. So do you face any challenges when come to during this period of time, or actually do you have any challenges when you try to communicate with customers during this situations? Yeah, likewise.
Continue me, right?
Yes.
Right?
No, okay. Casey. Yeah.
Okay, you mean how, when we communicating to the customer?
Because I think you do not have very much challenges with the customer, but maybe the overall challenges during this pandemic, if there's any. Yeah.
At this moment, we still have new customer, and they are very understanding. Even we have a spare container at the shop. We mentioned it is used, but this is clean. They also don't mind to use that. Yeah, and even we do offer online delivery also. For example, some customer, they are staying in Puchong and Subang. During the first MCO, they are not able to come over to my place, so they order items from me. So I mentioned that can I use Ziploc bag like this? This is used but clean Ziploc bag, or some of the used bottle to fill up things for them. Then once the MCO lifted, they can return the packaging to us. Then they are fine. Yeah, they are very even more happy because they don't need to make more waste or trash. Then because they can return everything to me after the MCO. Yeah.
I think it's very good because you still provide options with using reusable alternative, and also if let's say customer do not wanted to have like the reusable one, you also like, what do you use, like paper bag or anything that you are using for packaging, if let's say the customer do not want to have the reusable options? Is there do you have any case with this, or?
But most of the customer, when they step into zero waste store and we explain the zero waste concept, then they do accept and they do bring their own container. Yeah. So far no issue for me on this issue.
Cool. All right. So we would like to put Grace on hold, and then let me do one thing that I need to invite Casey. Yes. Yeah. All right. Casey, where is Casey? Casey, here. Okay, we have Casey on Instagram. Oh my God, this is my first time doing this with inviting multiple people on Instagram. Yay! So we have Casey on Instagram. So Casey, like I mentioned just now, Casey is one of the it's the founder of Minus Zero Waste Store. And if let's say any people from Facebook or IG can listen some of our air call, just let us know, because I think I can listen some. Okay, no, it's okay. So if let's say there is any problem, just let us know under comment below. And if let's say you have any questions to us, do drop your comment down below. All right. Hi, Kamini, you are late. You have to be early next time. Yeah. So thanks, Casey, for joining us, and thank you, Grace, for joining us just now. She will be back very, very soon. So for the followers at Grace at Seedy Zero Waste Store, don't go away. Okay, so very, very honored to have Casey on this live stream. So I would like to also chat with you with some of my questions. Yeah, so because Minus is actually a zero waste online store, right, and based in JB. Yeah, so I would like to know, like, how does the whole pandemic situation affect your online store, and do you do better during MCO period, or likewise?
To be honest, during MCO period, right, our online sales actually get better because everyone's staying home and playing with their handphone. That's where our online business actually get better. But because Minus, we are not doing only online business. We are actually, our mode of business, actually, we have 3 types. So beside online, we actually have our pickup location all around JB. We have currently we have 4 locations around JB, and also beside that, we also have our monthly pop-up booth. So MCO period doesn't affect our online business, but it does affect our pickup location and also our booth because we can't go out for the events, any events. So for pop-up booth, definitely cannot do. And for our pickup location, actually, most of them closed during the MCO period. That's where it got affected as well.
Oh, so you do more delivery during pandemic instead of having your existing products that sold at the pickup store, is it?
Yes, correct.
I see. Okay, so maybe some of the people might be also curious about, like, usually for an online store, how they can reduce, like how they can achieve a low waste delivery. So maybe you could share about, like, what is your packaging when you do delivery services, and how do you execute the whole thing? Yeah, because I know that a typical parcel delivery can be very, very wasteful. Yeah, so I would love to hear from you with the tips and tricks, so that to also benefit for people that is listening to this live stream. Yeah.
Okay. This is one of the most questions that we receive from our crowd, from our customer as well. How do you consider yourself zero waste while you're doing online business? Well, we say that we didn't reduce the reduce the waste because there must be packaging waste being produced. But what we are trying to do is actually we switch to any other alternative, like, because the conventional, those online packaging that you purchase from online, usually they will come in flyer or plastic packaging with bubble wrap. So in Minus, we do it differently. So we are actually we're collecting boxes from our neighborhood, our friends, or even now from our loyal customer. Some of them, they will keep all the boxes that they don't want to use anymore. They will pass to us whenever we deliver stock to them. So we upcycle those boxes, and we use newspaper as to replace the bubble wrap.
How about the tape to tape the boxes?
Okay, anything that we use for packaging are reused and upcycled, except one thing, which is, I can show you this, is actually water activated paper tag. So this is the only thing that we need to purchase for our packaging material. So you can see it's actually not sticky when you use it like this, but it will get activated whenever you're in touch with water. So
like a natural glue kind of things.
Yes, whenever you touch with water, and then it will become a sticky glue paper tag.
Oh, we have some comments from Sarah. Honestly, it's really commendable how zero waste businesses and customers are putting in the extra effort to still try align themselves with keeping to zero waste in this time. Love you, Sarah. We need all people like you all to encourage people, businesses. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's very, very inspiring to know that, like, how can a low waste parcel delivery to be done in order to reduce the packaging waste. But also, I would like to also ask, when you mentioned about you collect the old boxes from customer, how do they collect when you arrange delivery? or you actually deliver to them with your own car, or how?
Because we are
collect
based in we are based in JB, so if let's say those customer that we receive from our social media when they put in their order, if they are based in JB, actually we do offer door-to-door delivery instead of online sending courier, because if it's nearby JB area, so basically we provide the direct delivery to their doorstep, so that to even further reduce the waste. So we will use those reuse paper bag, so to even further reduce the waste.
Oh, so you don't you don't really rely too much on the delivery company, but you also
By
do like
courier.
door-to-door delivery in that the location that is nearby your area lah.
Yes, the whole JB itself, yes. But we do receive a lot of customer if they are really like outstation, because it's very interesting that we receive customer from Langkawi, Cameron Highland, all those areas, because they couldn't able to access to any zero waste store to get all these personal care item. So this is where we provide the low waste delivery service to them.
Okay, I see. Like, because I know that I understand that like right now there are two models that not two models, multiple models. One of them is people can actually pick up at zero waste some of the pickup store, but this is like not so available at the moment. And then the second one will be courier services, and the third one will be like door-to-door services that the location that is nearby or your area. So I know that like a lot of like customers maybe they'll find that this packaging is very nice, so I would like to, because sometimes humans are like how to say in English like 视觉动物 attracted by the design. So do you have any, I mean, do you face any customer that complain like, the delivery packaging is so boring, it's just paper, it's not pretty, it's not attractive? Do you receive this kind of comments, and how do you communicate with the customer with the missions behind minus zero waste store? Yeah,
I would say fortunately so far we never received any comments like that, but I think in order to achieve that, actually communication is very important. Whenever we deliver our parcel to the customer, like by courier company, so we will put in a note inside actually to stated that all our like we are a zero waste store, all our packaging is actually upcycled. Feel free to actually reuse them or recycle them. This is very important. When you communicate to your customer, right, they will understand you. So to MB achieve first thing is they're aware about the zero waste concept. The second thing is we actually encourage them not to throw away the thing, to either reuse or recycle it.
So I think it's very, very good point, and also good tips that you actually educate the customer in advance before after them once they make the purchase. Then after that you also educate them on how to actually treat that packaging by reusing or composting or recycle them, or maybe the best return to you again, so that you can so that miners can actually reuse the whole packaging. Have customer commented on the less aesthetic? Okay. So this is just the point. Yeah. All right. So community say education and communication is so important. Yes, which we are currently lack of in the current society, but we still have a group of people that is doing this behind the scene. Grace said, same as me, we do the same thing. We know customer before we send out their parcel. Yeah, I think the communications will be very, very helpful. And also an education, I mean, you are already doing an educational awareness to all the people that is making a purchase from your store. Yeah, so I guess we are right now open for any Q&A from the public. And then maybe on Facebook, I can actually invite Grace to be also on the screen, else she will be having some spider web on her face already because waiting too long.
Yeah, my friends say, finish already. I say, not yet. Later I will come out.
Yeah, so for people from Instagram, you might not be able to see Grace at the moment, but eventually, if you ask more questions and maybe if you mention about Grace, then we will be able to switch the screen. Okay, Okay, so maybe I could check with my team, with the volunteer team, if there's any questions from the people. Oh, I found your yeah. Cindy, your supporter. Oh my god. Yeah, I can already see you. Yeah. So I guess let me see. Kamini say, yes, I'm agree. We have a lot of people who are already educating and doing their part, which is so helpful for the rest to understand why. Okay, I think I saw some question from Sabrina. Yeah. So it says that some stores don't allow own containers. How do you feel about that since your store allows it? So I guess on Instagram, before I cue someone to answer, maybe Grace can answer this. Huh?
Okay, how do I feel?
Wait, Grace. We need to get you in Instagram.
Instagram, okay.
Okay, let me get Grace in. Okay, I have invited you.
Okay, connected.
Yeah, okay, so maybe this one, I think Grace has some input. And if let's say Casey have something to add on, you can note us on private chat or raise your hand. Yeah, all right? Yeah, Grace.
Okay, hi, my friend on Instagram and Facebook again. Yes, I'm here again. Okay, so how I feel about that, because some store don't allow own container, but I do. Yeah, how I feel. Actually, honestly, if those customer they already get used to the zero waste concept, right? If I don't accept, then there's the things that they feel weird. But if I continue to accept, then this is the normal thing that we are used to do. Yeah, is that an answer?
Yes, I think it's an answer. And also speaking, I think emphasizing back what we actually shared about is that if let's say your store itself already takes some precautions and also the the SOP of keeping your store hygienic, I think there is no wait, why Grace so like okay.
This is my primary schoolmate.
Okay. Yeah, so talking back about the hygienic on and also the safety purpose, I guess it's also something that we should also know that if let's say you are buying some packaged items from supermarket or from anywhere else, do you know who is the one who actually packaged that, and does it make it safer? This is something that we can also think about it, and I guess it's good because we still have the options, and I believe that I'm personally very grateful with businesses who still giving some options for people to access to live zero waste. So, for example, some of the stores maybe they are not allowing people to bring their own, but they still provide some slightly better alternative using like paper bags, which is also fair. Which is also slightly better compared to those that is heavily packaged things. Yeah. Who is so we have a question from Sabrina. She's a Hao Qi Bao Bao. So who is more difficult to influence or educate, older adults or youngsters? If let's say Casey has answer pula, has something to share, you can I can tune you in later, but maybe Grace can share first since you are already on Instagram. Yeah, so we count in one by one.
Okay. I would say older adult is more difficult to influence. Why? Is because they went through grandma time kedai runcit that don't have packaging. Then when plastic bag invented, then they've been through the period that it is so much convenient for the plastic packaging. But then nowadays they're already too getting used to it already. Yeah. Then on the other side, youngster, will think that, oh, zero waste, this is a very cool thing. So I must in trend. This is very in trend lifestyle. So I must follow. If not, then I will be outdated already. So nowadays is youngster influence their mother, or some of the, because of the school they are started to do the zero waste movement, then the parents need to adapt to it as well. Yeah, this is what my husband told me, shared with me. Yeah, some of the youngster they share with me, and some of the mother, they come with their children. Then they say, last time I cannot do this one. Then now no choice, because the school must get them to do. So I'm the mother, I'm the parent, so I have to do it as well. Then after sometimes they get used to it. Yeah.
I guess also like if let's say you have like what you say, you have your children who study at schools, doing some educational campaigns like this. Maybe more or less like the parents will actually get stressed out, because if let's say you do not really support your children, maybe maybe your kids will be like, oh, why you don't support my environmental campaign, something like that, right?
Yeah, because some school they do say that, okay, this one you all cannot buy it, cannot buy new one. You all must do it. You all must think of way to create it. So the parents, no choice. They have to ask around, do you have this, do you have that, then to create the items, the homework that as for the assignment.
Okay. Yeah, so Casey, do you have anything to share regarding to this?
Yeah, I actually agree with Grace that older adult actually is more difficult.
Instagram.
Okay.
Wait,
Sorry, it's our first time doing multiple people on Instagram. Yeah. So we are getting we are getting Casey back to the live stream. So for anyone, any supporter for minus, please give it a shout out. Yeah.
Okay.
So Casey, would you like to share about like who is more difficult to influence or educate, and like is it older adults difficult, or actually youngsters? Yeah.
Yeah, I actually agree with Grace on this. Like older adult actually more difficult to influence them with this kind of zero waste lifestyle, because when you talk about zero waste, the concept itself can be easily being accepted by youngster, because it's a trend for them. It's very trendy thing to do, like bringing the zero waste store, all those. But when it comes to practical day-to-day practice, like you want to dabao thing, you remember to bring container, all those things, right? I would say older people actually do better on that. Like my mom, she definitely will bring everything out whenever she want to purchase anything. But youngster people, they tend to forget. They tend to because this is not planted in their mindset deeply yet for those new user. So that's where both older adult difficult to educate, but they are the one who will stick to it for longer time.
Okay, thank you for sharing these questions. I guess Sabrina, we do answer your questions. Thank you so much for asking. Love you. All right, we have. I can see we have we already have a lot of good questions coming out from. Can I cue question from Ong Chen Fei? Ong Chen Fei. Oh, your friend then can we skip out? Okay, he actually asked a very, very good questions. So he say, back-end volunteer, can we cue Ong Chen Fei questions? We will answer Kamini question later. I love you, Kamini. Yeah, so Ong Chen Fei, he asked that, will you guys foreseeing more challenges during the new norm period over the current pandemic period? So maybe Casey, if let's say you have something to share before I pass it to Ong Chen Fei friend.
Okay. For my side, minus, I would say for challenges during this MCO period, we actually have two. So the first one is actually we are running very low in our delivery boxes because we usually depends on our customer or friends to donate to us. And due to this MCO period, the sales actually increase and the boxes get out more quickly than usual. So that's where we will soon update it in our page that we wanted to receive more boxes so that we can collect from our customer. The second thing is actually for regular customer in JB, they are very used to door-to-door delivery, like those handmade soup that they wanted to refill very frequently. So during this MCO period, because we are required to stay at home and cannot travel more than 10 km like previously, so some of them reluctant to switch to courier service because there will be charges first thing. The second thing, they don't want to create any waste. So these will be some challenges that we face during this pandemic.
I see. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I think Grace also have some input to share about like, will you guys foreseeing more challenges during the new, wow, oh, so good timing. Okay, let me get Grace to come in. Okay. Yeah, so Grace, maybe you would like to share some of the inputs to your friends. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I would not think about my store. So far, my store is still okay, manageable. Not much challenges, but about the community, yes. And about the zero waste goal that we want to go towards there. Yes, there is a challenges. What is the challenges? The first one is how the people dispose their masks, their disposable masks, and the number of disposable masks, plastics, the demand is hiking up, right? So we will foresee the challenges will be more trash on roadside. Now we haven't seen it yet is because not everyone come out yet. Many still stay at home, but the rubbish, the trash that piling at home is very scary. I would say scary because during this period, I myself sometimes I also cannot avoid some of the plastic. So I'm actually piling my plastic trash at home as well. So what we encourage people to do is, and I also very happy some of the customer they're doing it at home during this period because since it's very free at home, they do this eco break. Yeah, because some of the supply or some of the food is definitely in plastic, then we cannot avoid it. But what we can do is we prevent more trash to the landfill or to the ocean. So what we encourage people to do is you clean it and dry it and cut into smaller pieces and stuff into a bottle like this. Okay, so this one we call it eco brick. So the eco brick can actually replace a normal brick to do something like a gardening compound, a stool, a chair, or even a fencing. Yeah, with this eco brick, because the eco brick is after many 100 years, it will still be there. It won't be great. Yeah. So this is one of the temporary solution for now, how to solve your plastic trash. Yeah. This is also the advice that I want to give to the community. Yeah. Because we also hope everyone to be responsible on your own trash. Yeah. If you don't want to, if you think this is very mafan, right? Very suffer because you need strength, you need to wash, you need to clean, you need to hang all the plastic bag all over your house. If you think this is very mafan, then please don't make trash. Yeah.
Avoid to creating from the first point if let's say you do not want to do like double works, but if let's say there's no choice, this is something that you could actually consider. Okay, so I also would like to move one of the question from Marilyn. I think it's also might be a very good questions to all of the zero waste related business or any businesses out there. So maybe we could have Grace to answer this before, if let's say we Casey has something to add on. So Marilyn has a question saying that asking that has your supply chain been affected during pandemic? Maybe low in stock, supplies not available, cause factories close.
Yes.
Sorry, I have an app emergency. Cable 给我 iPhone 没有了电。Yeah. Okay. So sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. For Seedy Zero Waste Store, yes. At the beginning that we mentioned, we closed 10 days. One of the reason is because our stock is running low, and some of our supplier, because there is a restriction, so they are not able to restock in time for us. So
Yeah.
and then we also in the red zone area. Shah Alam is in a red zone, so we also don't want to risk ourselves to open store. So we've been closed for 10 days. Then after that, slowly our supplier allowed to open their back to their operation. Then we will restock it as normal. So until now, most of our things is restocked as per normal already.
Yeah. So it's like also go with the flow. If let's say there's any accessibility, you would just go for it. And then if let's say there's no accessibility, you would just like pause for a moment.
Yes.
All right. And maybe Casey, do you have some input to share? Like how is there any effect with, like is your supply chain have been affected during this pandemic? Yeah. If let's say you have, I would like to switch you on Instagram. Okay. Thank you, Grace. Okay, let me get Casey back. Okay, we have Casey back. And my phone is alive as well. Okay, yeah, so Casey, has your supply chain been affected during this pandemic and also maybe low in stock, supplies not available because the factory's closed?
Because Minus Zero Waste is an online store, so we don't carry any food item. So as compared to other zero waste store, the physical store, we don't face that much of low stock issue during the supply chain, but still certain items that is running low as well during this period. But because mostly are non-food item that we carry, and also we mostly source from local. If we don't have any much of overseas supplier, that's why we don't face much of a problem on that.
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, so now we are ready to answer community questions. So maybe same, we will just go for Casey answering first before Grace to add on. Yeah. So Kamini asked, could you guys give an example on what to say and how to say this thing to people who know nothing about zero waste in general? Yeah.
Okay, I would like to comment on this because I started my zero waste lifestyle not long ago as well, since last year. So I would say for those people who never heard about zero waste, this term, this concept, they only know about recycle. So they always thought that if you want to go green, you must recycle. So they don't care about the basket waste that they has been created. So they don't actually aware about the amount of waste that they have been created, because as long as they go for recycling, they will be good for the earth. But if you want to give any advice to those people who knows nothing, I would say ask them to look at their garbage bin.
Yeah, I think this is the most easy way to relook like what you're actually producing.
Yes, correct. So you just observe by daily, weekly, or even monthly. So you keep track on all the waste that present in your garbage bin. Then you do auditing on your waste. Like people audit on how much money they have spent every day, right? Now you audit on your waste. Then you will realize how much waste that you have created, and then you will tend to reduce in the future.
Maybe can I also ask Soon Pian, I asked like what's because when you actually share that you just started this zero waste lifestyle not long ago, like last year, may I know what get you started and what inspired you the most? And this will be also applied the questions to Grace as well, so you can also to think back what actually inspired you to go zero waste. Yeah, so maybe Casey first.
Yeah, I actually do aware about recycling as a go green concept all the while. So I never heard about zero waste this term until last year. I attended a talk given by Aurora. She gave a talk in JB here, actually last year, April, if not mistaken. And then in Chiji Center.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes. That's where I first heard about zero waste concept. And later followed by, I wanted to source for this green item to use like feminine care products, but I realized there is none in JB. There is where I met someone, Chun Lan in Malacca, Bear Concept. So yeah, she's my second person, most important person in my zero waste lifestyle journey as well. She actually affected me a lot about the step how to go for zero waste. That's where I started since then.
Nice. How about Grace? Okay, right? We get Grace involved. Grace. Okay, Grace.
Okay.
Oh, Sarah also said that's how I started my journey too. I looked in my rubbish bin and was shocked to actually see what I was producing myself. Okay, so maybe Grace could share us about like what's the question just now. But I remember my question is what's inspired you to go zero waste. But before that, I think the question from Kamini. Is it Kamini? Could you give an example of what to say and how to say this thing to people who knows nothing about zero waste?
I would say because now the plastic is already entering to our food chain, so I don't want to consume plastic, so I must reduce plastic and go zero waste. Yeah, although we can't make it now like zero waste, but we are towards there. So one step at a time, then surely we will get there. And what inspired me is because 2 years plus back, okay, we started to join my son's school, primary school, Recycle Day. And we found out that, how come some plastic the recycle company can take, some plastic they cannot take? Then we only realized that it's not every plastic is recyclable. It's many plastic is not recyclable. It's only number 1, 2, 5 at the bottom at the triangle
the category.
there. Yeah. It's only 1, 2, 5 is commonly recyclable. So what about others? What about the paper bag like this? Okay. What about sticker? Is not recyclable. Then, as a mother of two, a mother nature, so I would think, then what happened to the plastic? If we cannot get rid of it now, then it will stay on Earth like 100 years. Then what happened to my next generation? Will they living in a trash environment? So it's very scary thing because I can imagine there is full of waste, full of trash beside us, right? So then since that time, we started to reduce our trash, but we still don't know what is zero waste back then. Until one of my friend, Apple Chong, she's ex DJ in one of the FM. Yeah, then she also started a zero waste lifestyle, saying that we don't want to make so much trash. We want to reduce it. And then she told me, "Do you know PJ is new zero waste store? Do you know PJ there is a zero waste store there? You can buy things without packaging. It's very good." Then she introduced me to use menstrual cup. Then she said,
lovely.
You really can go free, any activity, swimming, exercise, travel, no issue. You don't need to bring a lot of pets, this and that. And I said, wow, really? Then only we step a bigger step to a zero waste lifestyle. Before that, we are aware, we are reducing, but we got no clue. We just know that okay, this one we want to reduce. We bring our own container, we bring our own bottle, but we are not towards the zero waste concept yet. But after my friend introduced to me, then only we started realize, oh, there is a term called zero waste.
Okay, interesting that Casey zero waste story, and as well as Grace zero waste story is like zero waste journey is so different. One is actually influenced by kids, and also as a mother. I mean, as a mother, you also concerned about your future generation. How what is the living condition of your future generation if you do not actually make a change, and that's how you met. I mean, that's how you inspired by New as well, and also your friends Apple. Yeah, and then KC one is like, inspired by a talk that presented by Aurora at City Center, City events, right? Yeah, and then me myself also just came across with a TED talk that presented by Lauren Singer, who share about like zero waste lifestyle. Yeah, so here comes our very end of the sessions. So maybe because on Instagram we do have the time limit. I'm not sure if they will actually shut us down suddenly. So we better to do some conclusions on Instagram. So if let's say on Instagram we would like to have some advice, like a very quick. We have 2 minutes left. Okay, so a quick advice from Grace before we move to Casey, and also me doing the closing on Instagram. Yeah, quick a sentence
Okay. If you cannot avoid plastic, then make eco-break.
Okay, cool. Okay, now we get Casey to be here as well. Casey. Where's Casey? Here. And also last advice from Casey before we do the closing on Instagram. And then if let's say on Facebook, if you have any questions, do drop on the comment, and we will see if we have some final seconds to answer your questions. Okay, yeah, last advice from Casey.
Okay, I'm from online, so I would recommend all of you, whenever you shop, whether zero waste or not, you ask your online seller to send you in low waste option, like avoid all the bubble wraps, all those. Yes.
I think this is a very good one because you are able to demand, because as a conscious consumer, you should have the power to actually bring the voice in directly. Yeah, so we have 50 seconds left on Instagram. So I will be doing closing very soon. Okay. So thanks once again for people who is joining from Instagram. You guys are awesome. And it always means a lot if you actually tune in with us to listening this topic about how package-free stop remaining low waste during pandemic. And thank you once again for Casey from Minus Zero Waste Store, and also Grace from Seedy Zero Waste Store who joined us. You cannot see Grace now because the function is not there yet on Instagram, but you do able to see it on Facebook. Yeah, and then just support them, follow their Instagram, and also support local business. And then we will be also having our next community live stream. It's over on Instagram. So anyway, we will be doing our conclusions on Facebook. So we will be having our next Jom Zero Waste community live streams on coming Sunday, and also we have few more on the last week of May. So maybe I could do some spoiler a bit. So next week we will have a sessions about zero waste lifestyle in Chinese and zero waste lifestyle in Bahasa Melayu. So do stay tuned because the guest that we are inviting is quite special. So spoiler a bit lah, okay? Yeah, so please do support our last week of community live stream next week. And then hope you find that this sessions is very, very helpful. And if let's say you find it very helpful, the video is always available on our Facebook page, and you can share it to the public. Yeah, so thank you so much. And then thank you once again to Casey and also Grace tuning in to our live sessions. And also, if let's say there's any businesses who is interested with those zero waste pledge certifications, do check out our website and get yourself endorsed, because if you get yourself endorsed, we are also benefit from there. And then we are also able to have the chance to also inspire more businesses to also go on this zero waste journey. So thank you so much. And also our back-end volunteer. Thank you, Marilyn and Jessica. And till then, we will see you on our next live stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Grace.